Hey YouTube, I usually don't do 2 videos a week, but you know, when something cool happens, you happen. Well, cool for modeling people, but not cool for everybody else. I have a passion for the old metal fantasy battle models. So I found a box of unopened great swords online. This is not the special thing, so don't worry. And so I bought those. I also have a eBay sends me thank you cards for paying for a lot of their internet time. But while looking for Empire models, this all kind of stems out of, I've been reading the End Times books from Games Workshop, and so I've been buying even more eBay treasures because, you know, what else do I need to do? You don't need, there's some Outriders with foam. These all came with the foam trays too, so don't feel that I sprung extra for those. But mostly I wanted the old metal figures. There's an Empire engineer on a mechanical steed. I mean, how can you not want one of these cool little ditties about Jack and Diane? There we go. You know, look at this. I mean, a good battle standard bearer. Oh, I mean, come on, look at the metal wizards. We may have a visit from one of my younger kids in a second. But just so many neat little things that you can find online. Metal wizard mounted on a horse. But again, these aren't the amazingly cool things that I found. The biggest thing is that I found one of the really old fantasy, the King of Bretonia, Leon Coeur, still shrink wrapped, still with the British price tag on it, which to me is hilarious because it kind of epitomizes our modeling hobby in that we buy things like I have just done, thinking of, well, you know, it'd be awesome to make that, it'd be awesome to build that, it'd be awesome to put that together, and then we put it on a shelf and it sits there for years until we say, man, I need to either build this or get rid of it. And so they get rid of it. And so this thing, which hasn't been produced, I don't think, since the mid-90s, has traveled from England to the United States, and it changed hands at least 2 or 3 times with the shrink wrap and the British price tag still on it. And it's just, to me, that's just wargaming in itself. But anyway, I don't know if anybody will find that amusing, but I do. I just find that hilarious. And in all honesty, I'm going to keep the shrink wrap on it until I build it. I may put this up in Warboss Tay's May painting challenge and do this as my first model, and then build some other models along with it. I'm really, after reading all the End Time stuff, I may never play another game of Warhammer Fantasy again, just because there's not much of a community around here, and it's just not as big of a thing here. But I'm probably going to end up buying a Nagash model. If they actually come out with any good dwarf models, then I'll buy those, because that's what got me into the first Games Workshop game I bought. I bought a bunch of fantasy dwarves and started building those, and so I've got maybe 3,000 to 5,000 points of dwarves, and nobody plays. In fact, I would wager that I have played less than 24 games of fantasy all told, and I have all these stupid dwarves that I absolutely love and still kind of like to paint them. I may go on a fantasy battle kick for the whole May painting challenge for Warboss, but we'll see. Anyway, hope you guys are doing good and have a good weekend, and hopefully all the snow is done for wherever you live and you don't have to deal with it. Anyway, y'all have a good night.